Good afternoon, everyone from Team Sampoorna Shiksha and Jito. We welcome you all for the last session of Basic Accounting and Tally program. So today we are here to learn financial analysis and the basic tools in Tally, which will help us to have a basic beginner hang on the Tally 9 ERP software, the various print options, import, export, and what are the various financial statements which the Tally automatically generates, which we can use for our business analysis and review. And since today being the last session, we also have the final exam for all the participants. And the test link will be shared after the class is done. The test link shall be open till tomorrow evening 6 o'clock. And it is a 1 hour test for marks. And the passing criteria is 30 marks. 30 out of 50 you need to score to qualify for a certification from our team. And I welcome our presenter for the day today, Mr. Sujith Kumar. And I hand over to him to start the session. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So, a very good afternoon to all present here. About 40 to 50 participants are already there. So, expecting for more students to come over here. So, today we are going to discuss about the financial analysis and tools of Tally. Actually, any business you start, or take for example any business, you don't look at the daily reports. Maybe to judge a business, you just look at the balance sheet, and you are not even accessible to daily books, but the balance sheet shows the performance or the working of the company. So from that, usually people judge that financial statements include profit and loss account, business balance sheet. So all these financial statements or tools, this actually measure the performance of the business. So when you are looking at the business, you don't go to each and everything, but as a general shareholder or a person, you just look into the balance sheet and judge the performance. And it all depends on how well it is organized. So today, let us see how we work on like the financial analysis and different tools of Tally. So to talk about today, we are discussing about a lot of topics. The first one is uh, a balance sheet and profit and loss account, a fund flow statements and cash flow statements. And the third part is about ratio analysis and other Tally concept, that is general Tally concept, which includes printing an invoice, import and export of data, when you're sharing or emailing some like your Tally content, balance sheet, profit and loss, such all these measures. So starting with the first part, the main thing is balance sheet and profit and loss account. So I would like to take you people to the Tally screen. So in the Tally today, I have opened my own new company, that is SK Industries Private Limited. Just a minute, I'm going to share it. So talking about this balance sheets and profit and loss account, actually it is automatically generated. You never need to work on all the factors of generating or how the report should be designed. And Tally automatically gives you all the report of this balance sheet, profit and loss account, all the books of accounts, then final reports, ratios, and something that is which makes your work more easier rather than maintaining a books of account like on my books of account. Just a minute, I have got a small technical problem, so don't mind it. So,
We can't see your share screen.
I'm not able to do that. Just a minute. You don't mind it.
this is okay. If you're not able to hear, you can switch to Facebook Live. I'm sharing the link in the chat box. Yes, the screen is okay. It was there now.
Are you able to see the screen?
No, it was there 2 seconds earlier. Now it's not.
Okay, just do that. Stay. Fine. Okay, now everybody's able to see this, right? SK Industries.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Sorry for the disturbance. Like, I'm going to start it now. So as you can see in the gateway of Tally, you already have all the factors that you need, all the heads, masters, transaction, utilities, and so now like we are going to discuss about this balance sheet. So the shortcut is like usually there the bold letters it is already shown in that. So we are going to press the letter B. That's for the balance sheet. So now we have a generally how it opens in the balance sheet. For this is actually a quite old data, but for the year ended March 2017. So we have a general open account that like it is in a T format, assets, liabilities, but has the like latest Companies Act is amended. We want that in a different format. That is actually called a Schedule 6 as per the Companies Act. The balance sheet format should be present. So to work on this, you need to press Alt F1 to see a detailed view, so that you can see a detailed view where the account like main heads come under this. Like it was just current assets. All the things that come under current assets actually comes the detailed view. That is Alt F1. As you can see in this part, usually you have the main shortcuts in the right side of your Tally. The single line represent Alt and double line will represent the control function. So it is Alt F1 when you want to see a detailed or a condensed report of an in a balance sheet. Okay. There is even a new feature that is called Alt S, where you can see it under the format of Schedule 6. You need to just press Alt S. So this is the actual latest form how the as per the Companies Act 2013, the balance sheet should be presented to any of the income tax department or shareholders or any of the people. That is the third party. So uh, this is like under this there are two main heads: equities and liabilities and assets. So it is subdivided. All this part comes in the basic account part, but it is automatically shown in this balance sheet. So now let's like go back to the normal one. Okay, at this format. So under this format, like balance sheet, when you want to access certain internal data, like you are now able to see just the frame or a outer look. Now you want to see like sundry data. Okay, now we need to go to sundry data and click on that. So you then get a detailed report on who are your debtors and their amount pending. But sometimes you want to see like what is the total amount he is able to pay. So you need to press the button F8. F8 that shows the related reports. So now I'm going to press F8. So it shows how you want to see his like first one is Apex Shetty. How you want to see his details, either a bill voice, either as a group analysis voice, or as a group cost center. So we like I would like to see in bill voice details. So as we press F8, yeah, bill voice. Yeah, as you can see, we are getting a bill wise that is opening amount of rupees of Apex Shetty on March 31st was 73,000 and it's pending still and maybe if you set on the dates like how within like how much period you give for the debtors to pay back, it will be shown. It should be adjusted in the configuration part that we're going to discuss in the next part. So all these settings like customization you do as the requirement of your firm or your company. So it shows like how many at which date it will be due. Usually some keep for 30 days, 60 days, all these companies do. So automatically when you set a debtor's due date of 60 days. After 31st March, 60 days it will be showing apart, overdue for almost 15 days, 20 days. So what you should do, you should go for F8 to look back to the main, like in detailed view of this company. Now you may have 2 3 companies, okay, and or you may have you want to see a last year data or previous year data. When you want to compare such things, you need to use the function C, new column, Alt C. As you can see in the right column where the cursor is maybe focusing, it is Alt C. Now let us see when we press Alt C. So I want to see from the beginning of this date at that another company. If you want to see, compare it to another company, like I have put SK Industries Limited. I have another company, SK Hardware, SK Food Processing Industry. So I open that and keep, and when I press the new column, it will automatically display. So starting for the year 1/4/2016 now. Maybe now it is not able to display, and end for usually for balance sheet keep it blank, okay, don't assign the date like 31st March 2013 17, but it's better you keep it as a blank. So actuals are post dated, keep it as actuals only. When you get two column, but here both the data is same, and there's nothing much to compare. But when you have last year data like SK Industries for the year 2015 2020, when you have 2 years data, you can put on a new column and keep on comparing. Again, you can add a new column or delete new column. How to delete a new column? Press the cursor on whichever column you want to delete. Like now I want to delete the first column. Keep the cursor. Now it is selected. Now press delete column or Alt D. It comes to the backs the same format. When you add a new column, press Alt C and put on the date from which it should begin. And if you have already opened it and kept another tally, so it will automatically add to this. So keep the two end date as blank in the balance sheet when you're displaying the details in a balance sheet. So keep the values as actuals, and you can get a two column, and you can just keep on comparing things. Has which head has so many things. This is a part of the balance sheet. Now let's go to the second loss. So in this profit and loss, this is also like an important financial statement. I think everybody is able to see the screen. Yeah, okay. Now even in this, as the same as a balance sheet, this SK in the profit and loss account, you will have a detailed and a condensed view of this. So in this detailed view, let's go for, you need to press Alt F1 for giving a detailed view. Alt F1. When it like each head will be given in a detailed view where you can watch all the heads under that. If you want it back in a condensed form, you just need to press Alt F1 again. So it will come as a detailed and as a condensed view. Now, earlier said, even for the balance sheet, even for the profit and loss account also, we have a schedule 6, that is Alt yes. You get in a schedule 6 as per the Companies Act 2030, the format what is required for a profit and loss statement to be presented. As you can see here, the first revenue from the operations, you get total revenue, that is total income, less all the expenses, and you get profit before tax and less tax, and you get all this thing. This is as per the schedule or the format of Companies Act 2013. When if you have a company, you can add earnings per share and equity, but I have not just updated all those data, and it depends on the company which you're working on. Even in the profit and loss, people, you want to compare month wise. As I said earlier, even the balance sheet, press Alt C again, that is to add a new column. Now in the balance sheet, I want to present like from 1/5/2016 to 31/5/2016. That is the month of May. So the data type of value I want to display is actuals. So now you can see that this is for the whole year. First column which shows is for the whole year, 1st April 2016 to 31st March 2017. For the second column, it shows the details of 1st May 2016 to 31st May 2016. That is just for 1 month. So when the whole sales for the year is about 1 crore, when you have the month sales is 19 lakhs. So now you want to add another column for the month of May, June. Okay. Now we need to add 1/6, yeah, 1/6 2016 and 31/6 2016. Okay. And 6 2016, 31/6 2016. We have got a small problem, but fine.
This is
Now what
36. Apex 36.
let us see. I got it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was right. And now you have got 3 months data. Now sometimes you want to see every month data. So you need not just keep on adding every month's data like 1/6/17/2017. You have a option called auto column. That is Alt N, auto column. So when you press Alt N, you'll get how you want the columns like 4 week monthly or daily data or fortnightly, half yearly, monthly. So now we are going to take monthly data. Press enter. So you are getting monthly data. Yeah. Now this is for the month of first column is for the month of April. Second is for the May, June. Yeah. Here we have. This is for the month of April, first column. Second month is for the May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, March. So for the whole year, month-wise, all the data comes. So you want in a detailed view, you can press F1 when you get all the things in detail, or press Alt F1 for a condensed view. You can see sales of each month, which is differing. Now what happens, you want to see how the sales is differing, what is the percentage. So you just need to go Alt F2, sorry, the function F12. Okay, that is in the bottom column, that is configure. Function F12, where you need to press show percentages. The second option, show percentages, press it as yes. Why? So what happens? All the details that comes in percentages and all the other columns factors you keep it. Now you can see that like when you're comparing something, you get all the details in a percentage. When the sales account is 100%, so here for take for example this month, actually your cost of sales is more than the sales, 109.05%. So 9% is your loss. The same you can show in each month. The function how I work was, as you can see, how you need to do show the percentages. Press F12. Press F12. We'll get to the configuration part. So each and every function, maybe in balance sheet, yeah, and um, profit and loss, or in gateway of tally, you get an option called configuration where you can just, it's like a general customization settings. You show that in a vertical profit and loss account. So we just made a change called as show the percentages. Yes, we should now enter. This was the setting we made. So here we are now able to get this. As you can see, for the month of June, the sales is 100%, whereas cost of sales, that is production charge is 89.6%. So obviously the profit comes to 10.131%. So you can easily differentiate and like understand the data. The convenience becomes more easy when you see things in percentages rather than more values. So that here you can focus on certain data when the company is going on loss, or which month it has a loss, where we need to improve such things. So to make it easier, we use the option show percentages. Now this, like now we want to delete a column, alter a column. All these things you can do in a uh, profit and loss account. And as I said earlier, even schedule 6 format can be put into that. Plus let's revise a bit once more for the balance sheet and profit and loss account. The Alt F1 is used to show a detailed report, Alt F1, and even to condense the data. That is to condense in the detail, like it, in a short form or in a explained and detailed form. So that, and the Alt S is shown for like what you call Schedule 6 format. That is what required by the latest ones. So this is how Alt S is a shortcut for that. But you have all these columns in this side. You should reduce using column mouse rather than we should use more of keyboards and the shortcuts. And even here we have this option called configuration. Even you here you can show the vertical form of balance sheet, show the percentages. Even you here you can add the formula of like show percentages. But actually it is when you're comparing this balance sheet with another company, it's quite good to show percentages or with another year. When it's for comparison, these percentages work a lot better than just going, because uh, the percentage of what equity shareholders for this year is 45%, but when you're comparing last year it was 40%, this year is 45%. So it is called improvement. So when it's comparing, then with the values is more complicated, like 15 lakh 55,957, 16 lakh, you find it quite tough. So when you have percentages at the edge, you can find like quite easy. This year is 45%, next year is 40%, the previous year is 35%. We have made improvement or we have decreased that. The sales has been decreased. So all these things you can convenience increases, or the like understanding of the piece paper also increases. The total will be always 100% in this balance sheet. That is liability is always equal to 100%. In the 100% liabilities, 45% share goes to capital account, or 21% is a loan account. So all these things can be easily understood. So percentage makes convenient for the person to look at a balance sheet. But how did we do that? Go to F12, configure, uh, go to F12, and the for here it's third option, show percentages. We pressed yes, and we are able to look at that. Now the factor is, now we someone want your what balance sheet as this format, or let's go for Schedule 6 format. Okay, Alt S, we're getting it in a Schedule 6 format. You want to share it with someone, or you want to send a PDF file, a Excel file, or to some person or one. So you should press Alt E. That is in the top part. You can see that Alt E export. So you press the person Alt E. Okay. Here the first language you, it's good to put in a default language. When the company, when the computers are working on DOS software, you need to put on the ASCII, like restricted ASCII only. But it's good you put in default, because it's always accessible, compatible with all the devices. XML format, easily it's like web sheet format. Like when you're okay, to define XML is a folder that can be opened in the certain app. Now you take this data of XML, you share it with someone, only Tally can open this data. Okay, in the same way, PDF format. So now we are getting it in a PDF format. So enter PDF. Okay, and this is the location where your folder will be stored. Okay, like this PDF document. You want in Excel? Yeah, open it in Excel format. Like there you have Excel spreadsheet, or in a HTML format, or in an image. So I prefer now like PDF format. So export file sheet and balance sheet one, because I have already created a balance sheet in that folder. So maybe it shows like, so now I'll put balance sheet one. Okay, balance sheet dot PDF. Okay. This is a paper size in which that PDF document should be done, either in A4, A5, letter, or something. When you do that, automatically the page width and height comes in the next column, next row below. That is, we prefer A4. Now I'm putting A4. It depends on the paper which you want to take it. Letter, the 216, that format changes. So we need to put, I prefer to put it into A4 sheet. So the page orientation, now it should come in a horizontal way or a vertical way. Vertical way terms to be portrait, and horizontal way terms to be a landscape mode. So usually the schedules things we put in a landscape, but in the portrait one, usually the balance sheet is put in a portrait format. So enter. The next one is open the exported file, yes, and export the balance sheet along with the notes. Notes like in the Schedule 3(6) format of Companies Act, you need to put like head, take for example, first head, that is shareholders capital, the shareholders fund. So it should put all the detail of shareholders, everything should be put in the format of notes to account. So do you want to get the notes to account along with this? But actually in this file I have not put a notes to account, so you will not be able to get. But when you want to export such things, export the balance sheet along with the notes, yes, if you have that. Start a fresh page for each note. Sometimes it depends on your convenience how you want it. Like start a fresh page, like you have debtor, you have just 5 debtors, so half of the page is filled. So you want that creditors note of creditors in next page or continue at note 5, debtors, note 6, creditors, such things. So if you want it in a separate page, each notes, put yes. If you don't want, no. So now I'm putting no for that. So expand all the levels in a detailed format. If you want the balance sheet in a detailed format, press yes. If you don't want or just a condensed form, press no. Okay, export items with zero balance. Certain heads won't have a balance. It will be quite empty. So do you want to export that? No, it's no. And whenever there are certain columns will be empty, like when you put sometimes you don't have a lot of debentures, maybe that column, if the head is there in the balance sheet, do you want that column to be in a hyphen or 000 blank, that empty column where there are no values? So I would prefer hyphen. So narrative description in notes, sometimes you give a description for the tally data in the notes. So do you want that notes to be visible in that printed area? If yes, yes, or no, that depends on it. So this is a note to a statement. Actually it is customizable however you want. Under the balance sheet, certain like facts that you want to put, like here it is automatically shown the notes referred to above is integral part of the balance sheet. That is, if you have given a notes to account, this part forms a part of a balance sheet. So this is next column comes in the left side of your balance sheet, that is as per the report. This is for the audit declaration. uh, it shows like as per the report, when your balance sheet is has got audited, you need to put the like details of a firm or a chartered accountant. So here you get maybe firm name, I'm going to put mine or some other companies, it depends on that. Okay, Sujith and Co. Okay, now you'll be given certain number for your firm. Okay, that you need to put. Okay, next comes name of the chartered accountant, Sujith Kumar. Okay. A salutation, you, if it's a partnership firm, you need to put a partner. If it's a proprietorship firm, you need to put proprietor. It depends on the chartered accountant whom you hire. So maybe uh, I put a partner. Okay, membership number, this is all about the related to the auditors. And this comes, the last part is the place and date. Usually you put like in the place, now I have put would be that is my place, the date on which this report was, like this balance sheet was finalized, that is 4th August 2020. Okay, board declaration on the right side of the balance sheet. I'm going to show it how it looks for and on behalf of the board. If it's a board or a trust, for and on behalf of the trust, for and on behalf of the company or individual proprietor. So the first, it comes in the head. First signatory is Sujith Kumar. Like maybe I have put my name. Okay, maybe my designation, my salutation. What am I in that company? Okay, maybe now I'll put another part like. Uh, Apex Shetty is uh, deputy, deputy director. So you get a space on which you need to put a signature. This is, I'll show how the output comes. So when you enter all this data, oh, okay, fine. Do you want to export it? Yes. You need to press yes. Why? The data is already oh, okay. Now the balance, I'm going to show it now. Can you share? Now it's visible for you, I think so. Okay. Now this is my balance sheet, how it is visible. Okay, now it's visible for all of you, the balance sheet. Yes. So this is in a PDF format. Adobe Reader. So first my company names come, that is SK Industries Private Limited, SK Complex, Udupi. So balance sheet dated on, that is 31st March, um 31st March 2017. Next part comes to particulars. So all these details which I have seen. As I had earlier said, do the adjustments or customization I have made. If you have a notes, the notes form as a part of a integral part of a balance sheet as per the report of the event date. Like this is the left side part. This part is completely for a chartered accountant who he covers. So the space here it is given um, is to make give a signature. This is the firm number. This all depends even to the chartered accountant part. And usually it is compulsory to put a place and date on which this balance sheet was finalized. And this right side part here you need to put on behalf of a board or company or a trust or certain organization. And as I put the first applicant, second signatory, so these are the people who is going to sign in behalf of the company, their names and their salutation will be coming, or usually the board of the directors or someone. So as I earlier put you in the export format, who are the directors going to be salutations, I think I put Sujith Kumar director and Apex Shetty as a deputy director. So this factors, like this is how you need to export a PDF formats and give it to that. Now even you can make that adjustment in an Excel sheet. All the settings are same, but here what you need to do is uh, here you need to export in the format of Control E, sorry Alt E. In that format, okay, in this format you need to put Excel spreadsheet, the format in which you want that. That is Excel spreadsheet. That is how it goes. Now even let me try with the Excel also. Enter. The location will be same. I have already one balance sheet. I said you. It's in Excel format. Okay. Output sheet name balance sheet. Then update the existing file. No. Okay. Yes. Okay. Excel spreadsheet formatting with color. Yes. Okay. Open the exported file. Yes. Okay, this was the same part which I've earlier discussed with you. Now let us see how it opens in Excel format. Okay. When you want the people to edit that things, you need to better give it in Excel. But when you don't want someone to edit, better share the balance sheet in a PDF format so that they won't be able to edit. But due to the technical like good things, now you're getting it in Excel. In Excel, actually, you can change the data. Now I can add some other data. So it is when you're sharing it with someone whom you don't want to like make an edit or that things, just share in a PDF format. This is how it looks in Excel. This is how it looks in Excel format. So when you are showing it in a when you're showing it in Excel, people can edit in Excel. So if, for example, now we are share capital, I can just edit 4. It's good. You don't give it in Excel format for people whom you don't want to make any changes or adjustment. Just give it in a PDF format. So back to the tally again. Now, how even the same thing for the profit and loss account. Profit and loss account, export control E. Uh, so in that default languages, Excel spreadsheet. Now I'm going to open it in a PDF again. The file location in which this would be stored, that is program file star ERP data. output file name P&L to the paper size A4. I prefer A4. Now this width and height of the paper, width and height of the paper will be automatically paper size A4, A6 letter size. So now the page orientation is portrait and landscape. As I earlier said, to portrait means vertical and landscape horizontal. So these are the factors. Keep it as base symbol. Format detail, vertical no, show percentages no, show gross profit yes. You want to export it yes. So now I'm going to show you how it looks. Fine. Now, so this is the profit and loss account. So even I got a detailed one. This is how it looks. Okay, fine. Now back to the tally. So this is all with the this is all with the balance sheet and the profit and loss account. So to have I'll give you a small break. You need to, as earlier I said you, I would like to present you one small video. Just watch it and guess which ad it is. Yeah.
Meet Chinanachi. Sorry, Chinanachi. He loves cooking, but he's no ordinary cooker. He's a food scientist, and all his dishes are super. Chicken 69, Chettinadu noodles, Vayapu Manchurian, Szechuan fried idlis, Peking vada, Ichikong duo. A new dish a day kept his competition away. But what is he up to today?
Counting, billing and not doing what he's loving. Not innovating, sales are dropping, customers are leaving.
What about the latest dish?
Anachi brain fry is the only dish.
So just guess the ad in the chat box which company's ad it was, and I'll show the answer in the next after this concept. So the next concept is cash flow and fund flow. So back to the tally now. So before that, like let me discuss what is a cash flow and a fund flow. Okay, cash flow and a fund flow. Cash flow statement usually shows like how much cash inflow has happened to your company and how much cash has gone out to the company. So usually get the report like opening balance of a cash. You have 100 rupees. How much inflow? Add that like 10 rupees. Deduct how much amount was deducted minus 20 rupees something or minus 5 rupees. So your balance was 10 rupees, inflow was again 10 rupees, but your amount deducted was 5 rupees. That outflow, you have paid something. So what you get is a closing balance at the year end. So it shows a statement how much the cash has inflowed to your company and how much it has gone out of the company. And the second one is fund flow statements. It shows the report like how much funds, like what are the sources for the funds and what are the applications. Sources includes shareholders funding and loans, searching cash deposits or something, and application may be purchase of assets or like purchase of inventories, goods, payment, or some all these things expenses includes in the fund flow, like application of funds. Sources of fund includes which have come into the company. So now let us go to this part, tally back again. Okay, so we need to go to the gateway of tally, the prime part of this. So in this gateway of the tally, you have an option called display D. Okay, press the letter D. Here you get cash flow and fund flow. The option C, cash flow and fund flow. Press C. Yes, you can see cash flow and fund flow. Now it will be automatically generated. You need not do anything. So press again C for the cash flow. You can get on the month of April you had 21,65,000 inflow, 15 lakh outflow. So net flow was 6 lakh. So all these things you get in a report, and if you want month-wise data now take for April, you have to press all this. So you get in a detailed way how much cash inflow comes from current liabilities, current assets and sales. So from liability, how much you got for like from sales, you got some funds to cash to the company. That is about 11 lakh. And uh, then one more thing is like this outflow of cash, which shows this like how much cash has gone out of your company. That is for paying out the loans you have got given 11,000. For current liabilities you have given 14 lakh. For other all these things. So it gives in a detailed way. Even you can export this data in the same format as earlier told you. You can get even a month-wise column. You can add a new column as earlier one, and you want to get it as a quarterly. Press Alt F5. Alt F5. You get it in a quarterly. That is 4 quarters in a year: April to June, July to September, October to December, January to March. There are quarters in a year. So you want the details in a quarter. Press F5. Alt F5. If you want the details in a month-wise part, press again Alt F5. So you get all the details of cash flow of the company in a month-wise. Earlier I said to go to the gateway of Tally. How you need to go to the gateway of Tally, press display, and you get the cash flow and fund flow as C, and press C again for the cash flow statement. You get month-wise cash flow statement. If you want to get a detail how much cash has inflowed from by whom, like take for example, I'm taking again for the month of November, enter, you get how much cash has inflowed into the company. That is from current liabilities, from sales. Cash has come into your company by doing sales, by certain current assets like cash, bank interest, uh, current assets include like this company bank account. Some debtors have deposited the account to your money to your account. So cash has come into your company. How much you have paid, how much it has gone out of your business comes in the right side. That is the outflow. So this is the inflow and outflow. This is the application of cash flow. Now let's look for the fund flow statement. So fund flow again, yes, fund flow. It also shows month-wise details of fund that is flown into the company. Like here for the month of April, rather than source, we have a lot of applications. For loan, we have paid 4 lakh. We have net loss, I think. Now let's go for other month, like for June. Even the sources, maybe we have got all the sources and applications. It has been divided. Maybe you have borrowed a new loan, so the loan is a source of income for our company for the month of June. So we have not applied on anything. We have not purchased any thing, or we have not paid to someone. Like it will study that in a detail one in accounting factor, but these factors come automatically in Tally. We are just teaching you how it works, how you need to access this data, because these are not part of Tally but accounting part, which will be studying in your further studies, or if you are already studied, that's good. Now, okay, another part is about trial balance. Another prime statement. So let's go for that. You need to again say gateway of Tally, press display D. You have the first option, that is trial balance. Press T. You'll get that trial balance. If you want ledger wise under whose account how much amount is there, you have to press just F5. Okay, it will give a detailed report of the trial balance. Purchase 1 crore 92,000, and accounting charges 11,000, 25,000. All these details will be given for you. So how to access? Go to display. You will be given a small data. Okay, this is the trial balance. Always the balance should be equal. That is, the left side debit balance should be always equal to the closing balance. So we see it as in the ledger voice format, you need to press just Alt F5. just FI. So you are going to see that in a ledger wise. If you want to see that in a group wise, you need to put that in a again FI for the function. So this is how you watch this. If you want to export a trial balance, again, this is actually press Alt E, same format, default language, portable trial balance, A4, all these things are same. Yes, if you're able to see the screen, yes, this is the trial balance. You get that in a PDF format as you put. So now back to the tally screen. This is how you access the three books, that is cash flow, fund flow, and trial balance. So now let us look into this part. Again, a small break, and I have not got any answers for that in the chat box. Which company's advertisement was that which I showed you earlier? Okay, it's fine. So as we have seen, there was 10 sessions from all five students, five people of you. So for all you students, we have taken a class. So all these five people come from a place. So I want to show you a small video of my my place, that is Udupi. So a small video for you for just a small entertainment. Okay, just love it. Yeah. Yeah, Udupi is a small town that you find in the coastal Karnataka. Actually, if you want to, after this pandemic, I want you all to visit this city. Proud to be a person from Udupi because there are a lot of things. Maybe you all know Udupi hotels are famous for all the food. Second thing is banking industry. All the almost the 4 nationalized bank of the 14 was just contributed by undivided Dakshina Kannada, that is Udupi and Mangaluru, that is Canara Bank, Syndicate Bank, Vijaya Bank, and Corporation Bank, and remaining about 170 to 180 districts contributed 10 banks. So 4 banks are from Udupi. I want you people to just visit Udupi after this pandemic and have a good look at our city too. And back to the part that is ratio analysis. So ratio analysis. Yes, fine. Yeah. So ratio analysis usually it depends on the for it is not like uh, important for the bank when they give you loan, or when it comes to discussing with the shareholders or certain companies. These ratios are important. Rather than it is automatically generated. How to access that thing is go to the gateway of Tally. In that the reports you have ratio analysis. Just press the letter R. You are going to get this. So the principal ratio, the prime ratios are current ratio, quick ratio, and debt ratio. This is not important, but the factors is when you go to certain banks, when you're taking a loan, when you're taking certain, they ask for this, and this is actually automatically done for by the Tally software too. And this were the prime things. Then second one is like when you want certain this in budgets. Okay, I'm going to discuss about it later. Now, the fourth part we are discussing about GST. Okay, how to access or register for a GST thing. Now, first thing is you need to press the letter F11 for the features one you have. So you press F11. So it will be taken. You will be taken into a menu called as company features, which includes accounting features, statutory and taxation, and TSS features and add-on features. So now it is about taxation and things. So we are going to take you for statutory and taxation. Press enter for that. Okay, here are 2 factors I'm going to discuss. That is about TDS and the GST. How you need to add your data of GST to Tally. How you need to access that. To enable goods and service tax. Press yes. Why? Yes. Set and alter GST details. When you press yes, another window opens where you need to put all the details of the GST. Enter. Now maybe I take my state Karnataka. A type of registration, composition regular, that is under GST. When you pay that, okay, that is GST part. I'm going to discuss how you need to put the details into GST in this Tally. Put the registration type as regular. Composition, that depends on your registration, what you have done, composition payer or regular payer. Regular, yes. SSC and other territory, if you have more than 1, 2, 3 branches, okay, no. So branches, then press yes, no, then no. Okay, now applicable from 1st July 2017. So GST number you have, usually our state starts from 29, and your PAN number that comes something. This is sample one, this is not a real one. Okay. Okay, next. This periodicity of GST one, that is purchases one. Do you want it monthly or quarterly? It depends on the company. Usually they prefer monthly. You want to file GST once in monthly or vice or quarterly. So customize according to your requirement. And this GST data is not GST number is not a true one, and it is quarterly. And enable tax liability advance with no. And it is customization according to your company. So I'm just giving a sample how you need to change this thing. Enable for reverse charge, like when you're dealing with the unregistered dealer, you need to pay it in reverse charge. You need to pay the dealer. That is a GST concept you study in other part. Set and alter GST rate. Sometimes some goods in your company have 8%, some have 25%. So it depends on you. If you want to alter it, yes. If you don't want to alter it, no. So as you go, it comes on different rates. Okay, if you press yes, okay, taxability, exempt. These are all the GST concepts which you need to study if you're a GST payer company. So I'll take taxable, enter. So integrated tax, IGST, how much? 18%. Says no. or let's take it to 2%. If you want to alter the data, if you don't want, no. Enable GST classifications, yes. If you want to press, or no. Provide LUT bond details, that depends on you. So press yes or no. Accept it, yes. Enable exercise, it is not there. Enable service tax, no. VAT depends on your company. If it is a liquor or like which deals with this liquor and alcohol based companies, when you're like a bar, a restaurant, wine shop, such things, you need to add a VAT details. Something. Now and next part, TDS part. TDS, even I'm going to discuss about TDS. How to you need to set a data for a TDS in a uh, company. Here, enable tax deduction at source. Yes, you need to press yes. Okay, set and alter TDS data. Now, if you press set and alter TDS data, it automatically take you to another window where you need to put all the data. So I have done a dummy registration of TAN number. A company government, when you register for the TAN, you will be given a TAN. When you register as a TDS deductor, then you get a TAN registration number, and you'll get a TAN number. Okay, then deductor type. So now I press as the same one, DD, G, HK. Okay. Next one is TAN number. TAN number will be first 4 letters will be alpha. That is what you call them, alphabet letters. And next 5 letters will be numbers. And last letter will be alpha. Now if I press the wrong number, now just imagine I'm going to put this sum. Okay. Now I give enter and it shows error message. So the TAN structure should be 4 alpha, 5 numeric, 1 alpha again. So I'm going to put again backspace to A, 4 letters. A TAN number will be given to your company by the government. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and A. Again a letter, the last. So that is a TAN number, how it is. In the same way, like your PAN number. Okay, it will be like, it depends on the P, if it is there, a person, individual, a trust, a company. So what type of deductor are you? Are the individual and each for your company? Company, just press select that. Deductor of a branch, division, that depends on you. So set and alter the person details. Yes, that depends on you. Okay. So now enter no. Now I'll put for no. So TDS, ignore IT exemption. That all depends on your company. How do you want it? This is how I have set and altered the tax TDS data and tax collected at source. Usually for the car companies, they do tax collected at source. They collect the tax at the source itself, road tax, all that thing. So that time you need to put uh, what tax collected at source. Yes, yes. So even you will be given a TAN number, all these things. It depends on your company. So this is how you need to customize things when it comes for TAN, TCS, TDS, GST. That do. Okay. No. PAN number of a company or something, you need to just add that. Corporate identity number will be given for you after you. This is corporate identity number will be given only to the companies, not for individual or HGF or a partnership firm. When you register that, you will get a master data of company in the company's Ministry of Corporate Affairs website. So you will get the corporate identity number. You can look at to any company's corporate identity number in the Ministry of Affairs. Ministry of Affairs, in that website you can go and just have a look at that. So if you are not understood how to do that, I'll just show you again in the just a minute. It's not accepting. Okay, you need to go. I'll show you how you need to change the details of like add the GST details. Press F11 features. Press F11. You get to the company's features. Get there into the statutory and taxation head. Yes, statutory and taxation head. You will get the first thing, enable goods and service tax. Yes. Why? And do you want to set and alter it GST details? Yes. Why? you'll be taken into another window where you need to put the GST details of your state in which your company is established, type of registration, whether you are taken regular and composition in this, whether you have a branch or SSC in other territory of other than Karnataka, something, when you have branches. GST is applicable from 1st July because this balance sheet is from 1st April 2016 to 2017. So it is showing as automatic date. If you put 2017 this year's balance sheet, yeah, it will be automatically adjusted. So you need to put GST number in that, and periodicity, monthly or quarterly you want that. GST are once for purchases. You want to put monthly or quarterly one. Advance. This all depends on your company. Accept yes. Then if you are a value-added taxes, if you are a liquor-based company or bar and restaurant, wine shop, you need to put certain enable VAT details. TDS also I have already said, press yes, set and alter details yes, you'll be taken into another window. TAN registration number, TAN number, enter. TAN number will be as same as PAN number. For TDS deduction net source, you will be given a TAN number, 4 alpha, 5 numeric, and 1 alpha. That is 4 alphabets, 5 numbers. That will be given. That is unique for every person, every this company. You deduct it as a company or an individual, yes or no. Then this all customization depends on how your company is. Add a PAN number, something. SIN number will be given to the company. This is how you need to do this. So now let's go to like how to alter this TDS. Now next part is how to import and export data. Okay. The first part is how to import and export data. So when like for example, you take a company for the year like 2016-17. I have completed this year. Now for the 2017-18, now you know take it this year. In 2018-19, you have completed this year. From April, you need to start a new entries, all these things. So what you need to do, you need to either split a company or you need to create a new company for this present year. That time you need to create a ledger. When you create a new company, you need to create a ledger. So let's see how we need to import and export data from that. But before that, small thing I just missed about is that how to edit a TDS data. So in the accounting masters, you have called the first head is that accounting info. You need to press A for that. When you go to the accounting info, you have a head called statutory info. Okay, statutory info, you need to press T for that. In that you have TDS natures of payments. Okay, GST classification, you can all keep it edited. How you want to create GST, which name, under which head, like certain goods you have. Edit for certain rates you need for that. Like now you deal with cars. Okay, such things, all this purchase, nil rate, it will be automatically coming. Now export, imports, all these things, capital goods, such things. That is customization according to your company. Now let's go for TDS nature of payments. Create. These features are the statutory options info, that is GST, TDS. When you give S in the features, company statutory and taxation, only then these are visible for you. If you have given no, it is not visible. So you need to make the changes in the features itself. So TDS nature of payments. Now you need to create a TDS one. Create one. First, now let me take to TDS on rent. RENT. Okay. Section code 194I. Payment code, that all depends on. Okay. Without PAN 20%, sorry, with PAN 10%, you need to set on the TDS data. Without PAN 20%, threshold limit is 2,40,000 for this year. Yes. So whenever your rent per year exceeds 2,40,000, TDS will be automatically deducted from you. So you need to put these settings in your TDS. So yes, if it does not exceed 2,40,000, it will not be deducted. But it does not go and automatically pay. You need to pay going to the TDS website, such things. It will just show how much TDS should be deducted, such things. These are this I'm not discussing about TDS factor, but I'm showing you how you need to enter the data or create such things. Can you accept it? Yes. Accept it. Yes. Okay. Now you have created a this. You can see it, alter it, or display something. Now I had said you about how to export ledgers from earlier discussed. You I just changed the topic, but back to that again. When you create a new company for the new year, so some people don't prefer to split the company for the next financial year, but they rather create a new company for that present year. So what do we do that? Like now, let us create a part of new company. Before that, we need to export the data. For that, you need to go to display. Okay, in that sorry. Uh, it is display account display account books. You need to go for ledgers. You'll get a list of ledgers. Wait a second. You have an option called list of account at the last. L. So I'll again come back showing that display. Go to display list of accounts, and you get all the list of accounts you have for this financial year. Now you need to export these things. To export, you need to press Alt E. Okay. So now it is default language. So I put default language. Now I would prefer XML format. XML format because I'm opening it back in the tally again. XML format, data interchange, XML format. Save that in the export that location. Master file. I may be having one more master file, so I'll give it a master one dot XML. Okay, do you want to open the export? Yes. Do you want to what export? What type of masters? You want to export the ledgers? You want to export the goods, currencies, your budgets and scenarios, your stock items, your groups. So now it depends on what you want to export in XML format for next year. Now we have put ledgers. Okay, exported. No closing. Take the export the closing balance as opening balance. Now if you have the cash balance as closing, take it as opening balance for the next 1 year. Then press the option as yes. Yes, to that date 31/3 because this balance sheet is for the year 2016 and 17. Export yes. Now let's go back and press F1 to select a company. So I'm going to open a new company and show you how to import the data from the previous year. So it is usually convenient again in the next year you need not create a new account, new ledgers. So you can just import the data from the master data from the previous export from this and this. So select a company. I'll just stop the share for a moment. But this is one of the main feature when it comes for people. A lot of people get confused in this too, working of this accounts like import and export function. Okay, for the time being, I'm going to show you that video again, which people didn't answer for that. Then I'll be making this right. Okay, fine. I have another video of Tally's advertisement. Just have a look at it.
ऑर्डर रेडी है ना? पेमेंट कहाँ है मेरी? पेमेंट रेडी है ना? जागो मोहन प्यारे, बुरे सपनों से सारे, क्योंकि वक्त है तरक्की का, अकाउंटिंग, कंप्लायंस और इन्वेंट्री के सही तरीके का। वक्त है बिजनेस में बदलाव का, एक नई पहल, सही शुरुआत का। वक्त है टैली का, आज ही लीजिए और सिंपल, तेज, भरोसेमंद ढंग से शुरू कीजिए अपने बिजनेस का अच्छा वक्त।
So back to the tally again. So here I am going to create a new company. So here I am going to create a new company. So when I create, I'll just create SK Industries 2. I have created a new company. So let me open SK Industries 2. SK. Okay. Now it is in SK Industries 2. Now if you go to look at that ledgers, let me go for display, list of accounts. Oh, it has. For this, had set a feature automatically import the data, so it has been done automatically for the fact. But I'll show you again how to import the data. Under the utilities fact, you need to put import data. You have O, press O, import the masters option M. So put the format in which you want, like file name which you want to import. I have put master one space dot XML. Treatment of entries, combine opening balance or ignore duplicates, modify the new data. Always depends on your. So I'm going to ignore duplicates. So now it is imported. The factor is how you need to export the data, export the ledger. How do you need to export the ledgers? Go to display, list of accounts, and Alt E, and you get option of exporting the data. You put default languages and export in XML format. Save the file, and it will be saved in any file name you have given. Escape. Now when it comes to when you create a new company, how to import the data, put in O and create the masters. The format should be only in XML. For that I said you don't do PDF or any other format. So only XML format is supported by Tally. So when you're sharing the Tally data which should be opened in another Tally, you need to put in XML format, not PDF, Excel, HTML or any other format. So we prefer master data. So here when you just look at that list of accounts, it has come already. Mine, it was automatically done when I created a company as a branch of this, because the configuration setting was like that. But fine, if you have got to know about this. Now again, the next part is, oh, 1 second. Okay. Back to the screen. So there are so many other factors. Now I want to just display how to print an invoice. Okay, print an invoice or something, because they're not the group of students, but here the audience, people who are listening, maybe of a company or a small proprietor or something. To prefer, I would give you advice, like when you have someone near your house, a small provisional stores, your uncle or your dad or someone whom you know who don't maintain their accounts very well, but who have a good knowledge of mobiles and something. I prefer them to use a Kata book app. That application is quite good. Maybe the disclaimer is that I'm not promoting any application or something, but I'm saying this is quite useful. That Kata book app, where they can keep a track on debtors and people. Like when you don't give, like some people say in the provisional stores, I know I'll pay you later, a bit later, or any other stores, not a provisional store, but in simple thing. So they just need to add their like customer name, their phone number, and like every time they give a new like increase them, like they say keep it in the account. Usually write in the books and keep. So we prefer you to use Kata book. I just This is my small suggestion from the same way. So now let us come to the part of what I say is how to print an invoice. So you are owning a shop, you want to give a tax invoice to a person or something. So now I have registered as an GST. Like as I've made the settings, Tally knows me that I'm a GST registered person. So now I'm going to open my SK Industries Private Limited, because all the settings have been done in SK Industries Private Limited. So how to generate an invoice. So now let's look into that. For that part, we need to go to accounting vouchers or day book, any of the factors. Instead of creating a new entry, I'll just go and display a new one, existing one, how to print an invoice. So in display, present and day book. Okay, in day book, okay, I have a lot of entries. You can print an invoice for everything, but presently I'm focusing on sales. I have first sales entry, enter. So here it will be given first one, date, alteration, everything you need to do. It depends on that. I have given a sales number. It will be automatically generated. Reference number, the company depends on your company what reference number you give. And this is a sales entry. Buyer's detail, you need to put his address or something. Enter. This is automatically I have put it earlier. His buyer's name and address, because it will be displayed in the invoice. If you don't put it, if you're a GST registered person, it is good, you need to put it. But this balance sheet which I'm using is quite old, for 2016 and 17 now, so it is not applicable. Wait, I'll show what is not applicable. I'll show you. Okay, here you will get an option of GST number. Okay, if you have an latest version, like latest accounting period data, but this is for 2016 year 16 and 17, so it is not displaying for that. So state Karnataka and other details. Now next, sales, enter. Actually should have been GST for this, all this thing. Now what happens? Now we need to print an invoice. So how we need to do that? Press the function Alt P. As you can see, the top one, you have Alt P. Alt P. So it will be taking me to this form. Now I have already edited it, but I'll show you like how you need to make customization required to your company. Okay, now Alt P. Now after you press Alt P, you have a format called F12. Press F12. Okay, in F12 you will get the customization of settings that you need to do for your invoice that need to be printed. The first thing is title of the document, what and how you want this tax invoice, and optional vouchers performance. Even I will give that as tax invoice. Subtitle, if you want to give some subtitle for that sake. Print in a simple format, that depends on you. I prefer yes. Okay, print in simple format, yes. Do you want to print the customer signature? If you already have, yes. Or if you want to give a space, print the complete what mailing address of the customer, yes. Address of the yes. Bank details, no. Print back if you want that thing to come into your bank account, like what is the payment that you need to make after the sales, you need to come into the bank, you need to put the bank details. Item details, it depends on the quantity, either goods or services, because goods only it comes item or quantity. Services you don't need that option of quantity or item amount. Here I'm taking as yes. Yes. Print column, yes. rate column. All it is required as per you what you need. If you want a rate column, sometimes there are a lot of goods. You take for example, I sell a TV. The TV I also sell a stabilizer. So if I sell more than one TV, so you need to put rate of each TV and how many numbers, two numbers, three numbers, such things you need to add the column, quantity column. So print actual quantity column, you need to put yes if you need the number of this, enter yes. Additional description, depends on you. You want the company's PAN and income tax number to be displayed, that is left to you. Again, yes or no, I don't want to display. No. You want yes, yes. Okay, now I press yes. So company's tax registration number, yes. At the latest version, you need to like print even your GST number at the top of the tax invoice also. Buyer's taxation number, that all depends on your print order details, print payment and delivery, modes of payment, like uh, terms of payment and delivery, that is either terms of payment includes whether by cash or bank, delivery hand delivery or by some other logistic person, you give it to like some postage or courier services, such things. Print dispatch details, yes. Here VAT, I have given the option yes for that. So now it's showing VAT. The next thing is uh, like print dispatch factors, yes. Usually this dispatch details is useful when you're using GST, when you're selling the goods outside the city or inside the state also, because you need to generate a e-way bill code. So when you're generating a e-way bill, you need to have the details of the name of the transporters too. So it is good you need to print the GST details. If you want to display your jurisdiction, under which jurisdictions your company comes. Take for example mine comes to the Udupi High Court. So if you want to display it, and usually people prefer this is computer generated invoice, so it is found to be true. If you want even more detailed settings for the invoice printing, you need to press again F12 for more options. It is given at the below too. Press F12. So this is even advanced one, how much size your paper need to be and what is the size. Sometimes there are customized bills, some give a small letter size bill, some give big invoices, such things. Enter. That all depends on your customization, how your company wants it. I'm giving it no, as it is automatic. So when you want to start an accounting things, you just need to look how you need, what you need. So VAT details, now it comes GST details. I'm quite sorry for not bringing you a latest version, but the fact of changing the things is you need can understand this. Okay. Stock item unit name or alias, that how well you set in that. Sorry, this is fine. This is the configuration you have done with that. Now you press enter. The configuration is done. Yes. Before that, you want to just look at the preview of that. With the preview, you want that. So press Alt I. Automatically, you get the option with print preview. It will show how the invoice is printed, how well it is. And sometimes you want to select a printer. Now it is showing send to OneNote 2016. You don't have a printer. That is an OneNote application of Microsoft. Sometimes it shows XPS document driver. So how to change the printer? You have an option called select printer. You need to put under Alt yes. So Alt yes, it displays all the types of printer you have. So here I'm going to select our printer, that is HP. So how to select a printer? So it shows what is the paper quality. I'm going to set it at A4 sheet. All this customization depends on the printer. Now print format, print preview is done. Select printer is done. Number of copies if you need. Like usually in the present age, you create 3 copies. Okay, one for the recipient, one for the transporter, one for that, like 3 copies. Triplicate copies usually it is compulsory to create in a GST. So it is like it is compulsory to create a 3 copies triplicate. First one original will be given to the recipient, and a duplicate also will be given to the recipient or some other person. And triplicate will be handled over with the transporter or the logistic person, because after you coming of e-way bill, this is quite convenient. They want the invoice. The transporter holds an invoice of that, and there is doubt select how to select a printer. At the right side, you can see an option called select printer. Alt yes. Okay, if you are connected to the print, I'm sorry, the screen share has been stopped. Okay, Alt yes, select printer. Okay, it will get the list of printers you have. You have been connected to that, because it depends on the company like system which you have connected to. So these are the list of, I have a company ready printer, that is HP, that is my company's. So now this is my printer. So now I press enter, it gets selected. Okay, it shows like all the settings related to printer, letter, A4 sheets, type, all this. Okay. Okay, now this is completely set for the voucher printing. Printer name, number of copies you need one, print language is English, neat mode, all these things. Then you want preview or not. If you want the preview, you want to press Alt I. If you want to change the language, because now Tally comes in different languages also. But if you want to change the language, Alt L. But here we have only English, so I'm just selecting English. And this is the paper size. When you take the A4 sheet or something, you get this. Now if you print yes, it will print. So I know given next, it shows the format of this. Yeah, this is the name of my company, buyer's details, and the VAT quantity, rate, amount, and all these things. And the amount you want at the buy. If it is for GST, you'll get the CGST details, SGST details, SGST payable. If you want your bank details to be telecasted, like in displayed over here, if you want this transaction to come in bank, you need to display a bank account number, IFSC code, which will automatically displayed when you add those bank details. Authorized signatory, if you want someone like manager or purchase manager, sales manager will sign this, will be given a space for this. So this is how it looks too. This is for the tax invoice, sales invoice. Now in the same thing you can do for the purchase invoice too. Uh, the format quite changes for the purchase invoice, for the quotations, such things, payment, all these things. For the purchase invoice to escape properties, I have done that. How to print, again the shortcut for print is Alt P. The same things I have done earlier for that. So again, if you want a short and sweet, you have to have all these details how you want to display a tax invoice, because it is not a tax invoice, because this is a purchase one. So when you're selling only, you will have the heading of tax invoice. You can change this to purchase invoice. Okay. Simple format, no. We want in a simple format, yes. That depends on you. What's the format? All this enter. It depends on your customization, jurisdiction. Okay, now print, yes. After you print that, you may get it in this format. I have already printed it. SK Industries purchase voucher. Then you have the number of that transaction 549, reference number, dated, all this company's name. Then all these details of purchase amount, all this checked by, usually for purchase invoice you need to check, go through 2 to 3 levels, like so by the production manager, by the stock inventory manager in the companies. So everybody's signature when the goods enter to the company at the security level, the security puts a seal. So everybody's signature, that is customization. How many signatures you need, how many levels, that is verified by, checked by, authorized by someone. You need to customize it in your purchase voucher, not in the printing. Printing you can't do anything. How much level you have done configuration for that, it depends. Now even these are the main factors, like when you start a company, how to print an invoice you got to know. Now how to print a purchase invoice you got to know. Sometimes you want to display all this what to call, like sometimes all this journal entries and all. That time you need to go for the day book. Like I've shown day book. Escape. Yes, a day book of payment vouchers, all this print in a detailed one. F1, press F1. Alt F1. You get in a detailed one. Escape this. This is quite silly, but fine. When you get in a detailed one, you want to print it, and you will get it Alt P, the same configuration you need to do and adjustments. You will get all this. Maybe it's printing in my printer, right? No, it's not printing. Fine. So this is how it looks like. For example, I'm going to show you a sample of this. This is all this journal entries, all these things will be shown when you want to print a journal data for all these things. Then list of trial balance. I think I've covered up all those things. Audit and compliance. That when you are giving it for an auditor, how they analyze that things. And inventory info can be done, and configuration. The main part, like when you want to change the company's details again or something, press again F12. Okay, F12 it is like quite huge for customization. When you take, for example, there are too many mobile users generally. When you take an Android, iOS, the customization is quite low. When you can customize a lot of things. When you take at MIUI, that is MI mobiles, that user interface, you can customize a lot of things. And Samsung One, the latest version of Samsung user interface from that also is quite customizable. So Tally is also very, very, very customizable. Like you can make it the software according to your purpose. Like it will have some no yes or no. You just need to set once, and it will be completely adopted for the future of this. Now you have to select the function F12. So F12. Here you get everything about how configuration. If you want to maintain an employee data, how much salary you pay, what is the attendance list, and it is quite huge, and you need to get an extension something, because payroll it is just mattered with the salary you pay. Attendance does not come. I want to just clear it. But details of the employees will be taken. Banking configuration, all these things. And I just missed to say one thing. You have this bank reconciliation statement. Yeah. So even check printing, all these things, and the banking sector also, when you want to print a check also automatically, but that is quite bit complicated, because alignment and adjustments of the paper is made, because you need to write the name of the company in the column of pay in a check. Okay, it goes up and down, the check goes on a waste. So check printing is also syndicate bank enter. So bank is like, it depends on your customization how you do. And bank check register, like how many checks have gone out, all this you need to put the check number, how many checks have been cancelled, reconciled. For the purpose of convenience, the accountant needs to put all this data. So bank reconciliation statement, that is also an important, automatically generated by the Tally software. You need to press B. It will show. Yes, you are not able to reconcile because I have not set that all this bank data. I have not added the passbook data to this company, this cash column also. But it is customizable. Bank reconciliation statement will be done. It's check printing option. Maybe if you give print, configure F12. So function F12. Okay, confirm before each check print. Okay, that is quite this thing, but it's good. You right now. Okay, fact. This were the factors I discussed now. Coming back to the configuration, F12, F12, you need to do all this general settings. Okay, all this company, like these are the basic settings you need to do it at the earliest, or the when you started something in country, and you want to like enable. These are the format settings. How you want to this how you want this software to be appearing for you. Like take for your example, you change the theme, you change the wallpaper how you want, you change the font style, some keep it default, some keep it like the handwriting style, everything. This is what you customize things how you need. Enter. You want the format in date, month and year, or month, date and year. It depends on how convenient you are, because in US they use month, date, year format. So if you're comfortable with date, month, and year, yes, yes. So you want a separator between day, month as hyphen or a hash. Maybe I prefer hyphen, yes. Backspace, enter, hash you can do, or any of those settings. So enter that, put hash, use the character for decimals as dot or some other things. Use separator between thousands or hundreds. Because under Indian currency we format number format is thousands, lakhs, crores. In international numbering system we we format it as hundreds, thousands, millions, and billions. The formatting changes how where you need to put the comma. So usually people prefer, we are convenient with lakhs and crores. So we put in the thousands one. Do you want to add sign of a currency, that is rupees symbol, yes or no? You want yes, yes. You want to show the amount in millions? No. You want to show it in lakhs? Yes. No. So now show amount in millions? No. Enter. So this all are the minute changes that you need to customize for your company, how you want it when you start an accounting software or for your accounting software. These are like, there are a lot of factors you can customize in this Tally software. So show the graphs of the monthly report. So when I, for this, usually when you go to the bottom part, when I show the day book, you see some graphs, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. It shows that. If you want it to be shown, press yes. If you don't want it to be shown, no. So all these customizations you do as per the requirement of your company. So now enter, 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 enter. Yes. Now numeric symbols. Each and every factor has got an this. Okay, how you want it, plus, minus. When it is a number, when you like, some don't. Okay, now what you know, when you are having a profit, you prefer to have it plus. That is positive number. When you have a negative number, you want to present it in a default. That is default. It is minus. If you someone want to present it in a brackets using negative symbols, so you can change it that way. So it depends on your customization. For debit amount, you want to use DR, CR, blank, you need to keep blank. That is customized. You want to use DR, yes, DR. Enter. Here underscore is given because it is termed to be a small space is given for that. Then CR credit, symbol before number. This is actually after number, before number, something. That's all customization according to your. So underscore actually says it is a space for the this. So after credit amount, there is a space given. After debit amount, there is a space given. If you don't give underscore, it comes attached. So here I want to remove this because already after suffix. Suffix means after the number. Prefix means before the number. So again, I don't want to add in the both the parts, debit. So I'm going to remove this. Okay, as default, it is given earlier. If you want to change, some want debit credit in the left side and after the amount. Some want it after that. Depends on your customization. How you want to do that. Okay, next, all these configurations, inventory details, you want with the names or aliases, and provide the advanced information. These are all customizations for your company. How you want to that. You want to maintain a go down data, all these things. Okay, enter. Escape. Now it comes to voucher entry, invoice entry. This configuration is the main part of customization, your settings one. So invoices, all this delivery note, all this, how you want the consignees or buyer's name, you want the fields to that need to be modified, everything you need to customize into the configuration part. Exporter details, exporting company name, there this, when you have a credit notes, debit notes, shipping address, such all these numbers you need to add, you need to customize, yes or no. This is quite simple customization. You don't write a big stories or something. Just press, you want this, you don't want this. Customize according to your company is dealing with exports, yeah, put on the export details. You don't want, no. So inventory, do you want to show it in negative or when it is going for negative balance? Yes. Then want a duplicate order number. Sometimes when you order twice, it comes. If you want to order warn it, yes. So all the settings you need to do according to your company. So emailing, payroll, add the notes to the employees, add the statutory details, passport and visa details. I said, it is a database for your company's employees. So how much salary is paid to him. Really, attendance, I think you need to add extensors or something, but I don't think Tally comes with an attendance register, how many days you have attended. But manually, or maybe you can enter like how many days you have attended, how many days that employee is not attended. Statutory details, yes. Add notes for the employees. Provide passport and visa details, contact details, yes. Resigned and retired employees, yes. Employee, because I have not added any of the employees data, I can't actually show you how it looks, but I can show you how the configuration payroll looks. Enter. Now, if you want, I'll just put an okay. Now create a masters. Let just function F12. I will show you at the last part of how, if you want how to add the employees data. So banking configuration again, show the unreconciled PRS, because I'm not maintaining a bank passbook data and cash data here, because it comes in when you work on a company you get to know that, because I can't add on all the data you want. To show an unreconciled data, that is all customized to you, where you want to store this data. You want other folder to be maintained or something. So printing data, I have done a configuration. Here you get a lot of things how you need to print in payroll, everything. It depends on how you print each, and sometimes you want to purchase invoice or debit note in a voucher small letter size. Vouchers usually they prefer that because they don't want to waste any A4 sheet. You need to customize that everything. Company logo you want it, yes, price, height, and the size of the voucher, the paper. Sometimes you even get an option like some people pre-print that and come. Like you just need to fill the column, just the address, everything will be empty. You need to pre-print. That time when you give a simple format, all this comes in a like overlapping of lines in Tally. So there is option called pre-print available. That time not Tally does not print over that, just prints the data. Okay, that is a format. Pre-print should be adjusted. These things all are printer transportation copy, yes. Full ledger invoice, print invoice details. So all these things, base currency, this is customized according to your that. Print income number, it is for VAT details and not for GST. GST number will be printed. As I said, this is a quite old version, so GST I'm not able to show it, but I showed you almost all the complete details how you need to set and GST details data for this company. Now reminder letters, confirmation letters that comes in advanced version, like all these things. Printing options. Now outside the printing option, emailing, add the email address. Sometimes you maintain a server, you maintain domain, automatically you need to get that. Domain refers to your company's own this. There are few companies that give GoDaddy.com gives your domain. Like for example, I'm an employee. Sujith Kumar at sujithindustries.co.in. That is a domain at Sujith Industries or Tata Industries companies. You get a domain, not gmail.com, not outlook.com, not yahoo.com. You get a domain, but then you can add a email server address to, automatically it gets there. But I have added my email as sujithindustrial@gmail.com here as a sample. I am Gmail or something, Yahoo Mail, Hotmail or something. So it all depends on that. If you have a domain, you need to make even setting. What I am using the email server as Gmail. If you want to add that format XML, so additional data for the email. Okay, this is the email configuration, data configuration. This is where your all the file. You create a new company, you alter a company, you close a company. All this is stored in that. So we are so here the location of our server is in the main. This is the address of where the data is being stored. Okay. Yes. Okay. Advanced configuration, product and feature. These are license. It depends on the company. And this is what I think I've completed all the part of tally. To just brief up a small thing, I'll just start with again. If you want balance or any other doubts, you can ask it with this remaining 15 minutes. I'm open for everything from starting of that creating an OG entry or something. You can ask it now. Okay, again, I'll just brief it up. If you want the balance sheet, F1 is pressed for the detailed report. If you want it in a scheduled one plus under Alt yes, that you get everything to classify header, everything, compare company. Now F3, control F3, control F3, compare company. Because I have not entered any data in the company I have opened. That is okay. My tab is closed. Fine. So by the time I open a tally, I didn't get the answer for the first question I answered. Just said you. So the first video I had shown you about an advertisement, which company's advertisement it was. Maybe in the chat box, any more doubts or something from people from the starting of the tally session? Balance sheet now to go tally.
In tally, there will be no such mistake where your balance sheet doesn't tally.
So when your balance sheet does not tally, you get an option of suspense account. Now I'll show you where it is there. Okay. New share. New share. New share. Oh, just a second. Okay, when your tally does the balance sheet it does not tally, it automatically has an account called suspense account in that. So when you have that suspense account, that time you need to look back into that where you have made a mistake. So you need to go back into deep analyzing the data. So better you use the percentages or audit compliance features for that sake. So till I yes, till I just open the company, you so in the balance sheet when you have that uh, you have a column called suspense account over here. If you see in the left side of this, you have a suspense account. So here I have tried to make it quite. I think I don't have any value in the suspense account. So when your balance account does not adjust either in the liability side or the asset side, you get a suspense account. So when you get the suspense account, you need to look back that your balance sheet is not valid because you have made certain mistake in your entry, the journal entries you have put on, or something. Obviously, in the software, it knows how much entry, how much debit you put. It automatically you credit something. What adds all the data, and it is formatted to do that. It does not mean that it does not balance. If it does not balance, you have a mistake in your this. And tally does not. After me. So after you open a company or create a company, you see that tally gateway of tally. Gateway of tally is like it's like just a menu when you open. This is the gateway of tally. Okay, this is the gateway of tally. When you automatically select a company, open a company, or create a company, you get all these things. Here you need to make changes like accounting info, all these things, transaction. Here you need accounting vouchers, you enter the data on which account, like page Shetty. Page Shetty balance debit 5,000. Maybe this is a payment voucher for which credit cash account 5,000. Enter payment made. Make the things. This is how you enter valid entry. How you print. Okay, this is the accounting masters gate of tally. I have go. So
Okay, any other doubt?
yeah, there is like payment may be done in the part that is like when you make an entry, but when you bill it, sales will be always made as a whole amount. Now take, you make a sales of 100 rupees, you make it as a whole amount. You won't divide the sales, you divide the payment. So in the offer 100 rupees, he gives you 10 rupees. You take it as cash. Remaining 90 rupees remains as a debtors. You can't release a bill for that. The sales voucher will be always a one thing. You don't get a bill for that. Maybe you pay in EMI for your TV or for your cars or something, but you get a tax invoice and total amount 6 lakhs the car. But you don't get the, you don't need to print a what is that, sales tax invoice in the division. The payment is other part. The sales is other part. Sales is made. It is in a whole amount. You pay in EMI, that depends on how you generate invoice. So payment is not a part of that. Payment you need to remaining, like if you pay 10 rupees, remaining 90 rupees is a debtor for you. Installmentally, like later on he'll pay you. Any more doubts? Enter in the tally. Yeah, how do we enter the transaction in the tally? Tally debtors. Example. Okay, I'll go back to that. Now it display account books, sales register. Now list of accounts, accounting vouchers. Shetty. Now he has paid. Now we need to give a reverse entry. That is the accounting software, accounting team had said in journal entry. Like when you are debited, you credited, it becomes a nil entry. Debit and credit, plus and minus. When you make it becomes zero, like it becomes nil. So you need to cross a reverse entry when he pays cash at installments or part by part. Today he pays for again 10 rupees. Up is pay 10 rupees. Like 20 debit cash, credit cash. It depends on that. So now it is a payment voucher. So let me go to receipt voucher F6. So function F6. So Apex Shetty receipt. Yes, enter. Credit Apex Shetty with 500. So cash account. Cash account is debited. It's credit, sorry. Yeah. Cash account. Payment. Receipt. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Credit. Cash. Accounting vouchers. You need just pass in receipt voucher at the installments, how you receive that. Any more doubts? Do you want me to brief it up again or a short way? Anything, printing. Again, if you want to edit the company info, you need to press Alt F3 at the same. Alt F3. If you already created info, you don't like you had made a small mistake. Okay, here select a company, connect a company. These are the features. Now here you have an option called alter company, and this security info and you need to put an this split a company data. I had said earlier, if you want to split a company, put the split company, selected company, select a company or verify company. So when you SK Industries as first company will be from 1st April 2016. Usually this you do when you open an STR account. As I said earlier, said how to import and export the data. Now I'm showing you how to split a company. Okay, you need to go to the function called Alt F3. Alt F3, you get a company info. So this can be done only after you have that company open. In that company info, you have the split company. You can see this part, split company data. When you split company data, select a company. This is SK Industries Private Limited, April 1st April 2017. Uh, because this transaction is from 1st April 2016 to 2017. So now I have split the company's data. So it will be automatically creating two companies with the same ledger account, but in the 2017 there will be no value, no amount. Amounts will be all empty. Only the ledgers, stocks, all these details, all the settings you have done for printing, everything will be adjusted. So you need not do it again back. So it is good to create a split company, or it depends on you how you want to customize. Because usually after that GST registration you need to create a new company also. You can split it and do the customization or changes too. Now if I split it company, I get it from 2016. As you can see, two polish companies will be created. First company is that this existing company, and second company will be this company. Split company, if I give yes, it will be splitted. Okay, splitting the data, it takes time. Then one more down. The print details. So actually, the some Divya Mehta, it is like I didn't print it. I just exported the data to balance sheet. I'll just do it just few minutes. One second. This is splitting the data. I just did it. You need to go for the function of export. As you can see, Alt E. When you go to the export, it will show you default language which you want that. You use the default one, and second format of which PDF or Excel or something. I didn't actually print it. I just printed this vouchers or tax invoices. Then you'll get and you'll get the address where it needs to be stored and the name of the folder, file or PDF format. So all this adjust and select company. Okay, here I was saying about alter the details. When you want to alter the company's name, as earlier first when you are creating the address, phone number, or everything. Yes, you want to alter that details. So you press E. This is 2016. Okay, now I'm someone asked me about define. I think that I've explained about how to build data. Divya Mehta, you got my point. This is about to export the data, not to print out the data. When you export automatically the PDF, you can print it out. And I think I've done with this session. All the best for who have learned this. I think we have about 60 participants. That is quite good. Someone is learning it that. And
we have many on Facebook Live also, and with your YouTube recording being uploaded, many more will learn. Thanks a lot for this wonderful session. So I would like to thank each and all presenters who have given a great session on basic accounting as well as for the tally. And this is our small token of appreciation from Team Sampoorna Shiksha. We recognize your time and efforts for giving such a wonderful session and such wonderful presentations also. All the presentations have been shared to the students. And all the students, we would like, if you want to review our course, you want to review any presenter, all the videos are uploaded on YouTube. You can directly put on the comments in the YouTube and give your opinions, feedback, queries, whatever you want to put it there. And I shall be sharing the test link in a few minutes. I would like Pushpa to give a formal vote of thanks and invite each and every presenter if he or she is online with us today for the closing ceremony of this session.
Good evening, everybody. We had a lovely session with all the presenters. So I'm not sure whether all of them are there over here, but I would thank each one of you, Rachit, Neeraja, Apex, all of you. Whom I have left out? Sujith, Apex.
Sujith,
All of you.
Apex, Rachit, Neerja and Chetan.
Chetan and Chetan, all of you for the lovely sessions.
If any of you are watching us, kindly raise your hand so that we can unmute you and bring to you.
Yeah,
and
we are not able to.
No, nobody's actually, I think.
Okay, everybody
present.
Is there, is it?
Sujith, you could share your experience with us.
It was a very nice experience when when Lata ma'am approached our principal, Mrs. Rekha Devanand. So she gave us an opportunity to present this. Like she just asked me, would you like to present this like on a of to an like NGO or some organization which is doing something good for the students on a basic accounting and tally, and we just for 4 or 5 friends month of June, and it took us like this was a 2 month almost. Yeah, now it's August, and we got a very good, nice experience as a teacher for teaching a lot of students. Especially first session we had about 300, no, 60 students. But even that 60 students also is important because one person is learned something good from us. It's actually good. We get happy when we are teaching. So even the response of few very students, like when you ask a journal entry, I see in the chat box you get it very fast and soon. So the like attentiveness or this interest of a lot of students, makes us very happy to teach, and even gives us like little bit like what you say,
Yes, and you
happiness
have
or
made
satisfaction.
the account subjects very easy for everyone. It was like a game, I think, which we all were playing: debit, credit, the real account, nominal account. It was very interactive. All the sessions by the presenters, and we felt it very live rather than very technical.
And the PPTs were also very nice and shown very nicely. Like it was like we want to see the PPTs once again. We have to go back to the Facebook and see everything again. So beautifully presented everything. And I think Neela and Venkat are also there.
Yes, they can share their words of wisdom.
Yeah, yeah.
In the first place, I thank Sampoorna Shiksha for taking up the initiative of imparting knowledge, which is our main goal, that each and every person should get the knowledge from learned people. And we have got a very good team led by Rekha and Devanand. And I first thank them for taking forward the initiative and imparting the accounting and tally knowledge. Actually, which I, at the beginning, when the opening ceremony, I had mentioned that which is one of the key for the one of the pillars in business, wherein you are able to learn what is to be done and implement that and keep the track of everything. And the finance is the lifeblood of business, and which we are able to manage. And I hope each and everyone who has taken up the course takes it in practice and work towards making it their profession, or at least help somebody to make it.
We have Rekha ji with here also. Rekha ji, can you come online?
Yeah, Neela will give her.
Yeah. I'm also very happy that you all have finished this course. I'm sure all the students got good knowledge from industry experts. When you learn from the textbook, it's different, but when you learn from people who are like Rekha Devanand and their team who have presented, because they have been with the business doing the actual work, you see it in a different light. So that that helps the students a lot. Thank you, Rekha and Devanand, for this whole
And
initiative.
special
And the
thanks for
entire
our Hindi
Sampoorna
translators also, Lata Miss and Pushpa Miss. Special comments from the students in the chat box. They really liked their explanations in Hindi, which would
we
help them
studied
to
accounting
revise.
together many years back. Yeah.
All these people have taken us back to our college days.
Yes.
Because really, I looked after my accounts from the 11th standard.
Yes.
It was a very good experience.
Rekha, could you please come online? Yeah.
You on.
Rekha ji. Speak, ma'am.
Okay. Actually, it was a very good opportunity. We could. Yeah. Actually, when this one, Lata Pushpa told me about this course, I was very happy, and I got all my students involved in it. All the presenters, they have put lot of efforts, and it is a great satisfaction that we could help so many students. It is a very good platform, and during lockdown, almost like we are, and the children presenters are also free, so we could give our 100% effort for this. Very thankful to be a part of this project.
Sampoorna Shiksha. It's a great vision and mission. We are also very, very happy to be part of this mission of Venkat Raman, pencil man of Dubai. I hope our students have done their presentation up to the mark.
They were up very well above
Beyond-
the mark,
beyond
and
their mark.
we have to learn from them. Yes, so I think everybody can give a thumbs up if they all like the presenter's presentation.
Yeah.
For all the this thing, the Rekha, Lata, Pushpa, and Neela, they have been together from the childhood.
Yeah.
And they
Now
got an
also they are
opportunity of
together.
coming together on a platform.
And
We didn't think, we
One
didn't
more
think that we
opportunity.
would come here.
We really remembered our school and college days when we used to study together.
okay, so you can
Yes,
wish
some
the
days-
teachers, students all the best and conclude with a formal vote of thanks, and then I share the test.
Yeah. Others are not there, I think. All the other presenters.
No, they are not there. No. They
Also,
are
you could
outstage
tell the students about English on call if they want to volunteer.
Yeah, so we
All
have
presenters are outstation audit.
so we have another program which is English on call for teaching English to students in the rural areas and even in the urban areas who want to learn to speak English. It's basically for spoken English, and anybody can volunteer.
You mute.
You
Correct.
you need to have only basic knowledge of English to volunteer for this particular. Mobile, only a mobile phone required, nothing else, and that too not an Android one. A simple mobile phone, if it is there, is enough. So anybody can join this course. We welcome everybody, one and all, to join the course, and one and all to spread the word, so that those who are in need can reach us and learn the language.
You can connect with any of the admins in the group, and then we'll be happy to help you whether you want to register as a volunteer or as a student. We would be more than happy to guide you that how do you want to go ahead with it.
aware of any schools in your area who want to connect also, children of vernacular medium who want to learn English, you all can give those contacts also.
Okay, should I share this link?
Yeah.
Yes, and here goes the link. Wish you all the best. So can we officially wind up this meeting and this wonderful session, and waiting for more such sessions. A huge clap for everyone, for the participants, for the teachers, for the presenters, and for all the coordinators. Thank you.
Thank you. We will miss you, presenters.
We'll miss you, presenters.
No, we are going to get back with them on this thing. Yeah,
Yes,
this link is sent on WhatsApp also.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
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 If any student wants to share their experience, they could record a short video and share it with us on the WhatsApp on any of the team members on admin. We would be very happy to have your comments and suggestions and feedback. So either a text message or a video. I'm also posting the link on the Facebook page. The text link shall be open till tomorrow evening. Any other doubts or questions? And kindly follow our Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn pages so that you don't miss any further sessions which we are coming up with in the coming month. Or you could, it would be better if you don't leave the Tally group. We will be keeping on posting the new updates in that group also. Thank you. Pushpa, shall I disconnect the meet?
Yeah.
Yeah.